Hey everyone, this is Steven here, back at it again with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about some breaking news. Specifically, reports have come out that the MLB is not going to extend their exclusive licensing agreement with Topps, and they're going to move from Topps to Fanatics. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more in the future, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. So I actually had another video planned for today. I'll probably post that tomorrow or sometime over the weekend because I did think that this was pretty breaking news and also pretty important, so I did want to get something out as quickly as I could. So I do want to touch on this, but I was just scrolling through, reading some news, catching up with everything on my lunch break, and I did see something pop up about how Topps will no longer have the exclusive rights with the MLB. So I started doing a lot more research, and Twitter's blowing up over this. There's a lot of articles that have been published on this, and it does sound like reports are currently saying that Topps is going to potentially lose their license to Fanatics, and that's their exclusive MLB license. So I'm going to read this article here. This does a pretty good job at summing this up. This is from Balls and Bells. I'm not sure if this is the most reliable site or anything like that, but Wall Street Journal wrote the same article about this. I just am not a paying member, so I'm just going to go with this one because this one is free to access. But the title is MLB Topps relationship to end in favor of Fanatics deal. So essentially what they're saying here is Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association are set to make a massive lineup change, ending a 70-year partnership with Topps to work with Fanatics on licensed trading cards starting in 2026. But essentially what that's saying is currently Topps owns the exclusive licensing rights with the MLB, so they have the MLB logos on all of their Topps cards. The exclusivity means that no other company can put those logos on their cards, only Topps. That is the exclusive part. But it does sound like that agreement or contract is going to end in 2026, and instead of Topps owning that license, it's going to be Fanatics. Basically what Fanatics is, it's an online retailer of licensed sportswear, sports equipment, and also merchandise. So they do sell a lot of licensed merchandise online, so it does sound like they're trying to extend into the sports cards. So I'm going to keep reading some of this here and see if we can find any other good information. But Topps has been producing baseball cards since 1951 and received an exclusive license from MLB in 2009, which is what I just talked about. That agreement was later extended through 2025, and then in 2020 Topps paid the MLB Players Association $20 million in licensing fees, the union's largest source of licensing revenue. And it sounds like Fanatics, which is the company I just described, the online retailer of licensed merchandise, recently valued at $18 billion, has expressed its ambition of expanding far beyond sports apparel. The company is the largest official sports merchandise seller and already has been tied to NFT and other sports betting efforts, so it does sound like Fanatics is trying to grow, which is why they wanted the MLB license. I thought that this was pretty interesting too, and again, this is just reports. I can't confirm any of this stuff, but it does sound like Fanatics has also had discussions with the NBA Players Association, and also NFL Players Association regarding their trading card licenses, which Panini currently has exclusive rights with each. So it does sound like Fanatics is not only targeting the MLB, but also targeting other sports markets. But essentially, my takeaways from this, starting in 2026, Topps will no longer own the MLB license, so their baseball cards will have to be similar to Panini's, where they don't have the logos, which I know a lot of people are not a fan of the cards without logos. And Fanatics will own the licensing rights, so they could potentially get in and I'm assuming they will if they're paying this much money for the licensing, but they will be getting into the MLB sports card market, and they will be making the sports cards that will have the MLB licensing on it. So instead of it being Topps baseball, it will be Fanatics baseball or some other version of that, depending on what they want to name their cards. And that's going to be starting in 2026. So that is pretty interesting. I don't really know what to think about this as of right now, as I'm still kind of digesting some of the information, but it does seem like the MLB and the MLB Players Association is ending something pretty good that they had with Topps. They've been going on for over 70 years now with some very iconic sets, and it did seem like they had a lot of good things going, and both sides were making pretty good money off of each other over the past couple years, especially with the card boom. So it does seem a little interesting with the timing of everything, but I'm sure that Fanatics had a pretty good offer, so I'm assuming why the MLB chose to go that route. But overall, I'm not the biggest fan, just knowing what I know now, because I am a pretty big fan of Topps, and you know, they've been going on for quite a long time now, so I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see another card manufacturer own the rights to MLB outside of Topps. And then another thing I wanted to mention is that Topps is trying to go public, so they have a SPAC that is trying to go public, and I think without this MLB licensing, if they lose this licensing and that's all confirmed, I'm not sure that they're going to want to take Topps public anymore, because I think that they're going to be losing a lot of revenue, and that's one of their biggest assets is that MLB license. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens when Topps goes public. I think that's going to be another interesting thing to follow. But again, this is all breaking news, a lot more information to come out, but I just wanted to get this out there. Let me know down in the comments what you guys and gals think about all of this. I know it's all pretty new, but please let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.